Let's see what horrors await us. Ah, I remember we got here. Oops. Just knocking all my pens off the side. Let's just unthingy this so I can actually hear the game myself without delay. Let's look at this toilet.
There's a padlock on the door. If I didn't know who the outhouse belonged to, I'd find that a tad strange. I bet you could pick up the key from Bill for a small fee.
The worst public toilets are the ones that like require some sort of coins to use, because no one ever has coins anymore.
Bill's stall. During the day, he sells stuff from the upper town that you can't normally get down here.
George.
Most traders and all the nearby farmers sell their goods at the lower town's big market. But Bill claimed this spot here as it's the only place he can sneak in the upper town contraband using his crane.
He's bypassing the tax because he's crooked. We looked at this door before, I think. We've looked at this door. We go further down. That's the gate where... Is that a traffic cone?
Seastone has grown quite organically over the centuries. There are doors behind which there are only walls, staircases that lead to nowhere. Maybe a house was supposed to go here, but the builder changed his mind.
Sounds a lot like my hometown.
At the moment, more people live outside the town than inside it. Most of them are refugees. There were days when the wagons were lined up nose bag to bumper and the road was full of them as far as the eye could see. This cart's been here a long time. Strange it wasn't used for either the temporary tent city or the barricades.
Nothing else. Oh. I think it was just me catching the inventory.
The inn used to be here on the right, and on the left was Master Marcus's mage school. After the war, so many people came to the town that we needed a larger inn. Master Marcus was happy to sell his old mage school. Change is good, he told me.
Oh, he's the guy that LARPs as an accountant or a truck driver or something. That we met before through the Palantir telephone.
The houses in Seastone are pretty cramped together. And down there somewhere there's a city made of tents and boards. The Archmage is working hard to give people hope after the devastation of the war. The first and most impressive barricade I've ever seen.
Let's have a look. That's a desk. There's a wheel. That looks like a bedside table. Bedside drawers. Some beer barrels. I think that's a shower head. There's a mattress. That's a chest of drawers. Very interesting collection of random stuff.
Usually citizens and visitors to the inn warm up by the fireplace on cold nights. Paper, wood, everything's here except for someone looking to warm up.
I'm guessing. Let's have a look. Oh, we don't have any spells anymore. So it'd be like.
A small fire spell can't hurt.
Oh, we can do it.
Ignis Fero.
Hey.
The fire is warm and bright, a welcome respite on a cold night.
We did a thing.
Someone has put a bucket of water next to the fire pit. Security isn't normally a priority in Seastone. But with all these wooden houses, I'm glad to see an exception.
We don't want a Great Fire of London episode happening. It's got very jaunty music.
Hopefully I can sleep in my own bed tonight. A bed here at the inn would overtax the contents of my wallet.
We're poor.
Wow! A two-headed ogre. I've heard of those. I never thought I'd actually ever see one of those in real life. Or smell it.
I like how there's like this. Is there like a sheep head, I think, and then there's just flowers here. Converted role-playing machine.
Eventually had enough of this strange role-playing apparatus. I thought Master Marcus had outgrown his love of fantasy worlds, but now there's a live role-play. I'm worried about him. Eventually he might spend all of his time in his fantasy role-play world of bicycles, tax returns, microwaves and branded soft drinks and forget the real world entirely. The thing makes a good fireplace, and the boar's head from the old inn looks good there too. I must say that overall I really like this pub. I hope that in a few days I can celebrate the election victory here with Remy and the Archmage. A sheet of paper with lots of paragraphs in small type. It says license in law at the top. Rules for different drinking games, maybe. Article 1, paragraph 1. Drink with sense. If sense is not available, drink without. And here, Article 6, paragraph 5. The feeding of mugwais after midnight is expressly forbidden. That makes sense. Article 14, paragraph 2. The host is not required to serve vampires. This seems to be a long list of rules that apply to inns and their guests. How practical. This way you can check at any time to ensure that any freewheeling parties still conform to local ordinances. That's one less worry.
The the reference to Gremlins.
There are a whole bunch of articles here. The paper is covered in writing so small and closely packed that it's difficult enough to decipher the text sober. Article 9, paragraph 1. Dwarven ale may only be served in specially secure underground bunkers.
Because it's explodable.
Luckily, they don't know about the cellar master back home in the White Ridge Mountains and our dwarven ale experiment. There are a whole bunch of articles here. The paper is covered in writing so small and closely packed that it's difficult enough to decipher the text sober. Article 9, paragraph 1. Dwarven ale.
I think that's it, probably. Oh look, it's the sunflower painting by Van Gogh, but like the flowers are dying. Also, this is very pink, which makes me feel concerned. Considering
I've had so much to do in school, I haven't been here since the reopening. It turned out well, even if it is a little bit weird. Like the bartender. Zzz.
Bartender. Zzz. Right, got three choices, I think. You've got the brat over here, this guy, and these fellas.
Someone forgot their jacket, or left it hanging there while they take a nap upstairs. That would be risky. The crime rate in this town is at an all-time high. Someone forgot their jacket. That would be risky.
Hopefully it doesn't get stolen. The king of
Remy looks
thieves.
tired. I think the election campaign and the current situation in the town are really taking their toll on him.
He's our rat friend.
Hello, Remy.
If it isn't the magic school's new star professor. How was your first day, Wilbur?
Don't ask. Headmaster Block is very, very mean to me. I saw something suspicious. You look very strung out, Remy. I saw something suspicious.
Surprised Headmaster Block in the staff room as he was rummaging through a desk drawer. But he was startled when I spoke to him, like I caught him doing something.
He didn't want you to see him fiddling around in his own desk drawer.
Interesting, isn't it?
Did you notice anything else suspicious?
He's really mean to me.
You don't look all that happy
Oops.
yourself. Tough day.
Tough week. I'm worried about the Archmage's
Press
state.
the wrong
The
button.
situation in the town is explosive. He was heckled on the street while checking up on a field hospital down there. But it was just some wound-up idiots. I'm worried about the one assailant who has enough brains, resources, and volition.
Someone, like Headmaster Block.
Hard to imagine, but it can't be ruled out. We need more information.
Sadly, it only takes one person willing to go that far. It's like we've seen in the news lately. Headmaster Block is very, very mean to me.
Headmaster Block is very mean to me. He gives me loads of difficult tasks.
All of which you've solved, knowing you.
Yes, but then he gives me new tasks that are even more difficult. And even if I worked through the night, I still couldn't finish them all. No one could.
Interesting and curious. If he wanted to represent you as the Archmage's bad choice, then he wouldn't have given you exercises that are clearly impossible. People would realize what kind of game was being played, and the trick would backfire. First, there was the desk drawer, and now this. Something's not right.
That's what I think too.
Is the fishy. I bumped into Councillor Van Buren again. What are we going to do about Headmaster Block's strange behaviour? The magic slate recommended I build a golem. What do you think of that? I think we go with this
So
one.
what do we do now?
The
Keep an eye on Headmaster Block and see what happens.
So near the elections. A supporter of the council leader behaving suspiciously in the vicinity of the Archmage. No, too risky. We can't wait.
So you're gonna have a look for yourself?
Phew, I'd like to, but perhaps that's precisely their plan. An officially unofficial employee of the Archmage sniffing about in the office of one of his political opponents.
Wouldn't be good if word got out. A first-rate scandal. But what about a teacher looking for a form in the staff room? A teacher who is in the school because the headmaster has given him tasks to be done.
Normally I would try to discourage you, but the Archmage is visiting the school tomorrow. If his opponents are planning something, we have to expose them tonight.
I'll do it. I'll have a look around and get back to you if I discover anything.
All right, but be careful, Wilbur.
Expose them. Expose them. Council Leader Van Buren.
The council leader was standing up by the new lottery drum, dictating tomorrow's edition of the Lookout to a reporter.
Yes, she has the Lookout under her thumb. She's a horrible piece of work. Ambitious, stubborn, and unscrupulous. A dangerous combination. Comes from a humble background but got her feet under old Van Buren's table. Tried to persuade him to do all sorts of new business deals and start a career in politics. Many say he died so young because he finally wanted to be left in peace.
He ended up as the Archmage's most promising challenger.
The Archmage doesn't want the most important posts in government to go automatically to the richest citizens anymore, but rather to the most competent people, chosen by the people.
And of course the nobility and the merchants don't like that one bit.
No, they never do.
When they found out about it. But there was nothing they could do to start with. The Archmage was too popular, untouchable. But then along came Sybil Van Buren, and she had a plan. The election was to be approved and set for 1 year's time. 1 year in which she put up obstacles in the Archmage's way and sabotaged his politics in any way she could. Her only aim was to make him look bad. By the gods, how I'd load it if she succeeded.
That's the thing with politics. You don't have to do anything good, you just have to make the other person look bad. And then you can win.
But we will win the election, right? The Archmage, I mean.
Van Buren has used all her resources. Powerful, rich friends with important posts at the Seastone Lookout. The only newspaper left in town. Simple slogans, simple solutions, patriotism and resentment. She tells the people what they want to hear. And yet, the Archmage will win the election. Every vote for the council leader and a Cronish is a vote too many. But stupidity amongst the voters has not prevailed yet.
I wouldn't put it past the voting public to do something stupid. It's happened before. Why doesn't the Archmage expose the leader of the council? The magic slate recommended I build a golem. What do you think of that? I think.
Why doesn't the Archmage defend himself more aggressively against the council leader? Why doesn't he just tell everyone about her scheming?
He wants as many people as possible to take part in solving our problems. He doesn't want there to be two sides at each other's throats. But I don't know if it will work. People are starting to accept the conditions. They blame everyone and everything, and they don't even try to change anything anymore. I asked the Archmage about it. You know what he said? He's comfortable having things stay as they are. That's why many favor it. Progress requires effort.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of world would it be if there was glaring injustice and everyone put up with it just because change takes too much effort?
Oh my god.
Okay. I'm just a rat.
This game
Oh, I know.
came out in 2016, and I feel like it's just predicting the world that we live in now. Not that it didn't exist back then, but my god. I feel incredibly seen and called out by this game.
Archmage Alistair gave me a magic slate.
That's just like him. He likes magical playthings.
That's not all. The slate advised me to build a golem to help me with my work.
A golem?
They're very strong, so it could help me with a lot of my work.
Yes, but I was thinking of something else. Think about it. We agree the Archmage is the most powerful living wizard.
Of course.
No one could touch a hair on his head with a magical attack. But brute force, a stone to the head, a knife in the ribs.
That could be a possibility.
But now imagine that he had a bodyguard, a big chap, hard as stone.
Do you mean me? Yes, Bubba. You're totally You mean me? You're talking about a troll, but they're really annoying. The trolls in this game. Highly annoying. Like, for example, a golem.
Such as a golem, for example.
Exactly. Even a troll wouldn't get past the golem. But the best thing, golems are absolutely loyal. They simply cannot help but follow their master's commands.
And if I order it to defend the Archmage with its life?
Then that's exactly what it'll do, and no one would get past it.
That sounds fantastic.
Can you manage that? Building a golem and bringing it to life?
I'll sure try, at any rate. I'll get it to complete the headmaster's stupid tasks first, and then guard the Archmage.
The headmaster and the council leader have come up against the wrong gnome.
Yeah, don't mess with us. We're a
Then
gnome.
let's not waste any time. I'll build a golem bodyguard for the Archmage and have a look around the headmaster's office.
Good idea. And let me know as soon as you find anything peculiar. No heroics, Wilbur Weathervane.
I'll be careful.
I'll go back underground. I want to find out about the dark magic the Archmage has been sensing for days.
Good luck.
Dark magic.
You and Van Buren will not succeed with your plan. You may have great and powerful friends, but the Archmage has small and cleverer ones.
Small and clever. That's our objective. Don't look down on us gnomes just because we're short. Right, now we have. I'm scared of this pink room, so we're gonna go talk to this guy and the other guy.
Hello.
Little mini man.
But Blout, that's a guest. Welcome, noble sir. How can we help you?
Should I say you or you two? Or did someone forget that jacket? I think the jacket is probably the less potentially fight causing
Did someone forget
conversation.
that jacket on the chair over there?
Oh, it belongs to a young guest. He, well, got into a fight with Mr. Shieldhand of the Town Guard and was arrested.
Hooligan! Lock up immediately.
What happened?
He was quietly drinking his beer. Shieldhand came in, recognized him as one of the protesters and wanted to search him. The young man refused, said he hadn't done anything wrong and wouldn't let anyone search him without reason.
Police overreach.
Bang! Drenched in a lockdown.
Police fans.
And the jacket?
It's been hanging there ever since. We're keeping it as a deposit until he's paid for his beer.
That's our friend in the jail that we met earlier that said he was a political prisoner.
You're a two-headed ogre, right?
Well, I am an ogre.
And me too.
So, you two are ogres.
My name is Sloth, mage, philosopher, scholar.
And bag of wind.
That is Blout, my brother. He is...
Me, Basher. Me, best things up.
When a mage and a fighter get stuck together. Does the pub belong to you two, or do you just
Do
work
you
here?
own the inn?
I bought it. Blout is just my employee.
Blout bought two.
Yes, but then you lost your half at poker. Now it all belongs to me.
Blout not give you his half. Blout best laugh if he try to take away.
If you touch me, I'll have you thrown in jail.
I don't think that. I don't think that would work quite as well as you think it would. Small problem of you being conjoined. This seems incredibly rude.
Are you allowed 1 or 2 votes in the election?
One would think that as we have 2 voices, we should also have 2 votes. Unfortunately, the town council sees things differently.
And who do you want to vote for?
Archmage Alistair, of course.
Council... Mrs. Van Buren. Little woman says how it is.
Blout likes it when things are uncomplicated.
Tax down, more work for all. Seastone number 1.
But you don't buy it.
I'd also prefer it if our problems were solved quicker, but Van Buren stands for things staying as they are or regressing. Neither has ever helped.
Then take care, you two. 1, both.
So long.
Bye.
Oh. Like I said, the political commentary in this is it's very it comes for you. Now we have to go with the suspicious pink side. I'm worried about.
Headmaster Block seems to be counting gold. Lots of gold. I wonder where he got it.
It's even worse than that stuff. It's live action roleplay. Look at all that gold.
Hello, Headmaster Block.
Weathervane, haven't you got things to attend to at school?
I'm sort of still on the job. I'm just getting some tools from the town.
Fine. I have to admit that your performance today did not disappoint me.
Really?
I didn't expect anything. Thus, I was neither surprised nor disappointed that your results do not look good when compared to those of a qualified specialist.
The Snape vibes. The Snape vibes, and the guy from the food critic from Ratatouille. He's like their love child. The problems you sent me are impossible. What exactly are you doing, if I may ask?
What are you doing there, if I might ask? Surely you can't earn that much gold as a school headmaster, right?
Of course not. The gold is for the council leader's election campaign. I'm her party treasurer.
Some people want the council leader to win the election very badly.
Of course. They see their donation as an investment in the future, and they know how to make a difference.
Campaign finance issues. Of course she has money. She has all the business owners and the Chamber of Commerce, but the Fantasy Chamber of Commerce on her side. You set me impossible
I think that you're
problems.
unfairly giving me difficult tasks just so I can fail at them, and then you have an excuse to get rid of me.
Oh, I could get rid of you with very simple tasks, Weathervane. It's not your fault. You shouldn't have been put in a position in which you are confronted with tasks that are beyond your schooling and your abilities.
Patronizing.
Have to be
Don't
going.
patronize me.
I'll be expecting you tomorrow after the opening ceremony for a staff appraisal meeting, so we can talk about your performance.
Very well.
Ew.
My golem and I are going to show you.
We're gonna show you. You can't make me do things I don't want to do. Oh, we have to talk to them separately. No.
Hello, Blout.
Williber!
Williber.
Are you really sure you want to vote for Van Buren?
Little woman with big hair knows what's what. Has lots of gold and lots of success.
Look at her.
If
It's
you
full of
think if she's
secrets.
elected, you'll get the same.
Sure, promise.
Fine. But I think the little guy is better off with Archmage Alistair.
Me not little. And when Blout's soon rich and powerful, little people shouldn't take away his money.
Oh, I'm in pain. I'm in pain. At the real world parody. Pain.
Before I became a mage, I worked in a dwarven inn in the White Ridge Mountains.
You have stupid boss too.
I am not stupid.
Blout always have to work much more than sloth.
That's because you're so clumsy. We do the same amount of work. I might even do a little bit more.
In too much work. No free time.
Bye, Blout.
Bye.
The way he says bye. Bye.
I don't need to talk to Sloth at the moment.
But we need to talk to Blout. Okay. I think we leave now. And we look at the fireplace.
The protesters took everything they could find and piled it up to make a huge wall. No one is getting through without a troll.
Ooh, found that by accident.
This looks like a hatch. Hello?
Aloha.
You're talking to the enemy.
Who are you?
Who are you?
My name is...
If you tell an agent of the government our real names, you'll endanger the entire organization.
What do you want to call us?
My name is John. No, Paul. Next to me is, J-Stop.
Your name is Paul. But you're a woman.
Gender is just one of the fictions indoctrinated by the patriarchal society.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. What are you protesting about then?
We're protesting against exploitation, against discrimination, against poverty, and against the destruction of the environment.
Wow, those are all important issues. What do you plan on doing?
We're already doing something.
We are demanding that things change.
We've made a petition.
And we're putting together a list of demands.
We're still working on the wording. Problems with the neutrality guidelines.
How far have you got?
Dear brothers, stroke sisters in arms, other forms of resistance are available. Fellow countrymen, countrywomen, country transsexuals, country gender nonconformists.
Getting back to the whole making a change thing.
This is an old game. Let's just say that.
You can write like on a piece of paper and pass it through the hatch. Then everyone will know you support our cause.
Let's just say this game was made in 2016 and some of the words not used anymore. One of your people is in jail, right?
I talked to a prisoner in the upper town. He's one of yours, isn't he?
A victim of the state's power. Our first martyr.
He's not dead yet. And if he got the cake, he'll be back with us soon.
Cake?
Shh.
Who will you support in the election? What exactly are your demands? Did you build the barricade? What was
Did you
that
build
one?
the barricade?
Aye, that's right.
Do you like it?
Yeah, it's beautiful. But it kind of blocks the whole street, doesn't it?
We're gonna dry you lot out till you give us what we want.
But the upper town is supplied by airships.
We won't move an inch until you stand starving and freezing before us.
But we've got plenty of food. And if my rabbit sheep didn't always take my bed, I wouldn't freeze either.
I told you it doesn't work like that.
We're protesting here, and there's nothing you can do about it.
I feel like this points out to like people who think just saying that you don't agree with something will suddenly fix it. But like the steps to get change have to be, you have to do way more than just protest. Protesting is like the first step, or one of the first steps, but like you have to do stuff after that, and it's hard and it takes sacrifice and the willpower to put yourself sometimes in danger physically, sometimes in danger in your career or in the position of power that you have to do that, and a lot of people aren't willing to do that. They'd rather just say, oh well, I don't agree with it and now I've done my part and now it's fixed, right? But change takes way more than that, and it takes longer than that, and it takes constant pushing for lasting, true change to happen. And that's sad. It's sad that it takes a long time to fix problems and injustices. But that's what it does. And change mostly doesn't happen overnight. Let's find out what the demands are.
Maybe I can pass on some of your demands to the Archmage and we can see what can be done.
We demand that no one in Avantasia should ever be poorer than average.
Isn't that mathematically impossible?
Not at all. If every resident got exactly the same amount of gold, then no one is poorer than the average.
But if everyone gets the same amount of gold without having to do anything for it, why would anyone bother to earn the gold in the first place?
Only someone who belongs to the rich elite could ask something like that.
Who will you support in the
If you're for
election?
justice and change, you'll probably be voting for Archmage Alistair, right?
The election's a joke. One corrupt politician replacing another. And behind the scenes, it's always the same people pulling the strings.
That may be true of the council leader, but the Archmage...
Some
Big Mana's got them eating out their hands.
big manor.
Exactly. The magic industrial multinational that was responsible for the war.
So, you're entering your own candidate?
That's pure daft. There's no point. We're doing the only thing that will lead to success. We're protesting.
And we also love having a problem with something, but then just not doing anything about it other than saying that you have a problem with it. Like I said, change doesn't happen just because you tell people you don't like what's happening. You have to actually do something about it. Telling people you don't like it, it's just the beginning. Oh, things change just at the moment for the worse a lot of the
You're
time.
alright in the lower town?
Couldn't be better. The fire of protest is stoking up hell. People are being drawn closer together by a common noble goal.
And because of a lack of space.
Wisht.
Why did you set up the barricade here and not at the gate? That would have given you loads of extra space.
And the inn would have been on our side too.
Our barricade is more visible this way. The elite should quake at the sight of our resolve.
I don't think they're doing that.
You're clearly trying to drive a wedge between us, Agent. See? The fat cats are trying to sabotage us. They're afraid. That's a good sign.
Have to be going.
May the protest never end.
And like, if you're gonna protest something in this way, where like you build a barricade and stuff, but like surely you should research beforehand whether that would do anything or where to put it. Because right now they're protesting in a way that doesn't affect the people that they want to fight against. They're doing it somewhere where they don't go. They're not blocking off any kind of supply that they need because they've got airships and they've got that guy that sells contraband. All they're doing is annoying people in this level of the city who are also people just like them, and that's not helping anyone. Right, we've done things here. I think we go back to the guy who's in jail. And we're like, comrade, we have come to tell you we found your jacket. Why is there a child here? I think he's the kid that was really annoying earlier.
That's that terrible boy from class.
The terrible
Pretty
boy.
late for a little guy like him. Young guy.
Child. Why are you stabbing at someone's shop?
Hey,
Whoa! You're Wilbur Weathervane!
out to make fun of me, are you? You're probably upset after I proved that I know more about magic than you thought at school this morning.
What? What are you talking about, Master Weathervane?
We saw earlier that the headmaster was a duplicate. What's the bet in this child is a duplicate? Or the other child was a duplicate to like make our lives worse, and this child is just the real child. He's got a very Newsboys outfit on right now. Newsies.
You were pretty cheeky at school this morning.
Which school?
There you go again, trying to make fun of me.
But Master Weathervane, I'd never!
This morning in the mage school, you were trying to make me feel uncomfortable and look stupid in front of the other students.
The mage school? In the upper town? I'm not even allowed there. I wasn't born in Seastone, and I'm certainly not important enough to enter the upper town without a good reason.
You mean to tell me you weren't in my class this morning?
In your class? To become a wizard? That would be so cool!
This kid, voice actor, I want to find out who he is, because he has a very, like, precocious child's voice.
I still believe you're trying to make fun of me. Or do you have a twin?
Not that I know of, Master Weatherman. Hey, perhaps someone was controlling my thoughts without me realizing.
Mind
now
control.
I'm sure you're trying to make fun of me.
No, it is possible. Not all of the sorcerers, necromancers, and lawyers in the Shadow Army were captured, right?
I suppose if you are evil, you probably want, like, lawyers on your side. Just the thought of that. Do you think Darth Vader is a lawyer? There's Voldemort's lawyer. Oh, Sauron's lawyer. Your Honor, my client. My client may be an evil. my client may want world domination, but I object to the use of the word evil. What are you playing?
You look like you're training for an important battle.
No, I'm reenacting your battle. How you and Captain Bonnet and Princess Ivo defeated the Archwitch, Mortroga, in the Black Tower.
Oh, really?
It must have been the greatest battle of all time. The solitary heroes, surrounded by monsters, standing up to the leader of the Shadow Army and her son, Munkus. Boom, bash, ja!
Well, maybe it wasn't quite that dramatic.
10 years of war, the artifact of divine fate, and suddenly, peace. What's not dramatic about that?
I guess it's pretty dramatic. What do you know about the artifact of divine
Do
fate?
you know what the artifact of divine fate is?
It can fulfill your every wish. I bet you wished for evil to be defeated. Right, Master Weathervane?
We never used it. The Archmage warned us that the artifact was just too powerful.
But if you can wish for anything, why not just wish for good things?
Archmage Alistair doesn't believe the world works that way, and I trust him.
If that's what you think, then I think that too.
What's good for you isn't necessarily good for everyone. And your thoughts on what would be good for everyone doesn't necessarily, work out to be like that. Isn't it time you got back home, child?
It's getting late. Isn't it about time you went home?
I'll wait until all the guests have left the tavern. Sometimes Zloff and Blout give me a room, if no one is renting it.
You don't have a real home?
I've got lots of homes. Sometimes I sleep down in the tent city, and sometimes Widow Twanky lets me sleep on the bench in front of her fire. But if I can sleep in a real bed in the pub, then of course I'd prefer that.
Widow Twanky is a reference to British traditional pantomimes where when they usually at Christmas, they're like a comedy thing. They have a lot of slapstick humour. There's a lot of drag that happens. But Widow Twanky is in a pantomime of Aladdin, and she's played usually by a drag queen, and it's Aladdin's mother in the show, I think. Or like either his mother or like his adoptive mother. I don't know. It's been a long time since I watched a pantomime. They're usually something that you take children to go see.
I have a small room in the school. If you can't find a bed in the guest house, you're welcome to sleep at my place. My rabbit sheep won't be able to defend his bed in his usual manner, and I can sleep on the floor.
That would be... wow! But the school's in the upper town. I'm not allowed to go there.
Ah, silly rules.
Ow.
Maybe you'll win the lottery.
Which lottery?
There's a lottery tomorrow. The winner gets to live in the upper town.
That would be fantastic!
Maybe you'll get lucky. Everyone has an equal chance.
I'm sure to win. And if not today, then perhaps next time.
Was good to see you again, or met you for the first time.
There's no way I would have forgotten if I'd met you before, Master Weathervane.
I guess
Either the boy's making fun of me, or that's another item from our list of strange events.
my like the lottery is terrible because it's not going to help you. I hope you get that too. Pita. I hope you get that too. It sucks. Just dig a tunnel all the way back from Europe. I'll be so amazed that they'll let you get. They'll make you president. And then we can just drive to America like the channel to. Won't cause any problems at all. No issues. Maybe you'll find oil on the way, become a billionaire. I like how we seem to have adopted this child that is 3/4 white.
I'm sure Shield Hand won't let me back into the upper town until I have proof of Bill's bootlegging.
Oh, we have to like mark this in somewhere to prove.
So this is where the crane comes down.
I think.
And up there's Bill sitting on his crates.
Do we have something? We have chewed writing, we have a wand, we have the slate, and we have a paper heart that we put on. Ah, we can talk to him.
Psst! Bill!
Bill!
Who's there? And what do you want?
My name is Guybrush and I want to be a pirate. This is Anton Shieldhand. I want to talk about my bribe money. It's me, Wilbur, and I want a pony. We annoyed him by wanting the pony before.
My name is Guybrush and I want to be a pirate. Hello? I said...
Yes, I heard you. I just can't believe you tried that old gag.
Sorry.
Who are you and what do you want?
Anton Shieldhand.
It's me, Mr. Shieldhand. I want to talk to you about my bribe. Or lack of, to be precise.
Why do you call yourself Mr. Shieldhand?
Because I am Anton. Anton Shieldhand is my name. And I want a bribe.
Petey, is that you? It's bloody dark down there.
Yes, it's me, Petey.
Why are you putting on a funny voice all of a sudden? You really are a crazy dog. So what can I do for my favourite errand boy?
What luck there's someone with a weird voice like that. I want smuggled goods. I need a barrel of brandy. I want a pony.
I don't know why, but Recently, I've had this funny little pony floating around inside my head.
Pony
I
dreams.
can't help you there. Was there anything else?
My little pony, skinny and bony. Something you'll always be in my heart. I very obviously didn't watch enough My Little Pony.
I would like some smuggled goods.
Can you be a little bit more specific?
We need a barrel of
I need
brandy.
a barrel of brandy for the inn.
No problem. What's the password?
Password. Password? What password? Fluffy bunnies? Do you even know the password? I don't know the password. Fluffy bunnies?
Is it fluffy bunnies?
What? No.
Construct additional pylons?
Are you just guessing?
No.
What's the password?
Fluffy bunnies would be a good password.
Password? What password?
The secret password. I can't just offer illegal goods to anyone, especially as I don't have any.
Ah, yes.
That password. All right. The password is...
It would be Fluffy bunnies would be a good password though. Spyro the dragon. Yes, the little dragon. The dragon thing. Yes. I do know that much because to cut a long story short, when I used to have like a really active DeviantArt, someone commissioned me to draw the dragon friend and the weird guy. I think he's called Discord. And them in a relationship, let's just say that. And I did. It was PG related, but it was still weird. But that was like the height of My Little Pony, like brawny culture at the time. I think there's a high likelihood a lot of those guys are furries now. And I'm just happy for them. I'm happy for them that they found something they liked. My god. The fan art. What else was I going to say? I got distracted now. I was highly distracted by that anecdote. We used to have the My Little Pony movie, the 80s one, on VHS somewhere, and I think they look nicer. They're more horse-like, more like actual horse-like in that film. And I used to have like old My Little Ponies when I was a kid. Like I had a yellow one with pink hair, I think, and like a blue one with purple hair. But yeah, there's some fandoms that are just scary, and that is one of them.
What about you? Do you even know the password?
Of course, but that's hardly the point.
Should I buy my illegal goods from just anyone?
All right then, the password is marmalade.
The password is marmalade.
No, it's not. I just wanted to wind you up.
Bill,
Well, what's the
such
real
a troll.
password?
Such a troll.
I don't know the password.
Why not? Aren't you Petey? Step into the light.
Yes, I am, but I forgot the password.
Ha! That's just like you. Ask in the inn. The owner knows it.
Fine.
Fine. I guess we're walking back to the inn. Back to the inn. I think it's probably our blout friend here that knows it. since he's like
I don't have
the
anything to do with
dodgiest of the
alcohol
two.
right now.
Oh, not him. Sloth then.
Hello, Sloth.
Ah, Wilbur. Greetings.
You never know about who's going to be dodgy.
I have heard that you buy your alcohol from Bill.
We don't have much choice. He's the only trader who'll sell us alcohol.
Expensive.
You're right there. The prices are unashamedly high.
That's what happens when you buy them from the black market. Why is Bill the only trailer? He's a trailer now, apparently. Why is Bill the only trader who sells alcohol? I could sort out a barrel of brandy for you. Interested? Let's find out why. Let's find out what's going on.
Bridgestone is a big town with lots of merchants. Why is Bill the only one selling alcohol?
Since the town was virtually besieged with refugees, there's been no way for the farmers and traders from the surrounding areas to get through with their ox carts.
Right. And Bill gets his supplies by air. Just the same, there's still more than one merchant in the upper town, isn't there?
Of course. Bill trades alcohol, another trades in lamp oil, the next one in mana potions. That way they avoid competition and set any price they want.
Price gouging.
I smashed them all.
We are upset about it.
Price gouging. We love that. We don't love that. But it's what happens when there's no competition. And they're artificially making no competition by ensuring that none of them compete with one another over goods. Such a dodgy plan.
Would you perhaps be interested in a barrel of brandy? I'm sure that Bill would deliver today.
No, thank you. We still have stock, and we have much fewer guests since the barricade was erected.
Guess we gotta drink all your brandy.
The password for Bill's crane capers? If you were one of his trustworthy customers, you'd know it.
I'm sorry, I'm just too untrustworthy.
How about we try and bring down Bill and his exorbitant prices?
What are you thinking of?
Bash him?
Well, let's just say I could put the long arm of the law onto him.
Shield hand?
Shield hand's got short arms.
I don't know.
The plan is absolutely Anton-proof. We're all set. I just need Bill's password and bam! We have him by his muttony legs.
And it won't be traced back to us? I really don't want to be paying even more for our alcohol in future.
It's a secret covert operation shrouded in secrecy.
Shrouded in secrecy.
Super secret.
He has earned it. Oh, all right then. The password is gold won't make you happy.
Really?
Here, a bag of silver for the brandy. It will be worth it if it scuppers business for Bill and his band of ne'er-do-wells.
Thanks. See you, Sloth.
So long.
Right. Let's go set this man up in a police sting operation with an officer who is highly incompetent and corrupt. And who totally will not stab us in the back.
Psst, Bill! Gold can't buy happiness.
As long as it's jangling in someone else's purse. Absolutely right. So, you wanted a barrel of brandy.
Right.
That'll be a small bag of silver.
Ah yes, the trusty method of payment.
1 barrel of brandy coming up.
Of a small bag.
That's it. That's the barrel with the mark.
What did you say?
Nothing. Just thanks for the delivery.
As long as you pay, I deliver. Take care.
Bill didn't pay any taxes on that barrel. And those taxes build roads, care for the sick and elderly, and pay for my apple.
How dare you?
Shieldhand won't be impressed.
How dare you interfere with a teacher's apple? Don't you know an apple a day keeps the doctor away? You making this man have to see a doctor because you won't pay tax? How rude.
And?
Bill has delivered the marked barrel.
Therefore cheated me. Just you wait. I'm gonna get the bribe money I'm due and then some.
Hey! Hello? What about my exemption? Hey, Mr. Shieldhand, we had a deal. And now Shieldhand's busy negotiating his bribe with Bill, and I'm stuck down here.
We love that for you. Let's see, what do we have? We have the Slate.
What can I do for you?
What can you tell me about golems?
Golems are powerful magical beings. They are made of clay or stone, have unbelievable strength, and can work non-stop.
Are they living beings or machines?
They are tools for mages. They do heavy physical work for them. The mage inserts a piece of paper with commands written on it in its mouth, and the golem carries out these commands.
Sounds like forced labor. I don't know if anyone's read Feet of Clay by Terry Pratchett, but that talks a lot about golems and golem rights. So does oh my god, which one is it? It's Going Postal. Going Postal talks about it a lot too. I have to talk to my sister about that because I think she still has my copy of Going Postal. I don't want to read it again. I don't want to have to buy another version of it. I've been collecting books too quickly at the moment. Because I rethingied my library card so I have access to local books. And it just means that I've been attempting to read things again. Shocking, I know.
Where can I get a golem? Or do I have to build one myself?
Golems are very rare and expensive, but their construction isn't difficult in principle.
In principle?
The body of a golem is a kind of statue of stone, clay, or other inorganic materials. In order to bring the lifeless statue to life, a spell written in magic ink must be placed in its mouth.
And nobody knows this formula.
That is not correct. I know the spell.
But how? Master Alistair! He must have sensed that I'd need a golem to help me. The body should be easy enough to build, and you know the spell, so what's the problem?
The spell must be written in magic ink. Some of the ingredients are very rare.
Piffle, I'm good at finding rare things.
Yeah, to be fair. Very conveniently good. What do I need for the golem's body? What is the magic ink made of?
What's the best way to go about building a golem's body?
A golem needs a torso of stone, clay, loam, or similar. It also needs strong arms in order to carry heavy weights.
And a couple of strong legs to move around on.
Correct. The head of a golem must be made of clay and needs a mouth in which command notes can be inserted.
That means I'll have to make the head myself. Unless I just happen to find a finished golem head lying around somewhere.
If it says clay or something like clay, does that make the gingerbread man a golem. Because it's made of pastry, or like what's it called? Not pastry. Pastry? Dough. That's it. Dough. That's what I was thinking of. Dough. So like, if you made a golem out of dough, that would just be like Gingy from Shrek, right? Because it's like an inanimate thing. Oh no, is Gingy the little one or the big one? Because I think Gingy is like anthropomorphic and like has like, it's like a soul. We're getting very philosophical right here about pastry goods and children's stories, but I feel like Gingy has a soul where like the big one maybe doesn't, and it just like does stuff to like help because it's been told to help. Who knows? Who cares? I don't think this is a diversion that like anyone cares about. Something's gonna play in my mind for a long time now. What do I need for the golden spot? We found that out. What's the magic
What ingredients
ink
are
made
needed
of?
for this magic ink? Does it have to be brewed like a magic potion? Like, stir 3 times to the left and then 4 quick turns to the right? I hope not.
No, a simple mixing of the ingredients is sufficient. However, precise quantities are crucial.
Okay, what are the ingredients?
Exactly 2 centiliters of crocodile tears, exactly 12 teen drops of dragon sweat, and exactly 1 sea stone small ounces of soot.
What in the world is 12 teen? And dragon sweat? It's kinda hard to make a dragon sweat.
Correct. Dragon sweat is very rare.
I'll think of something. Can you list the ingredients for me?
No problem. You can see the list by looking at me in the inventory.
What do you mean, looking at you in the inventory?
You'll manage.
Alright, we don't need any of these things. It's true though.
I might have some more questions for you later.
And I might answer.
Like, reptiles don't sweat. I'm pretty sure reptiles don't sweat. I'm pretty sure? I'm almost sure that reptiles don't sweat. So dragon sweat would be weird. I'll go back through the gate.
Normally, the town wakes at the crack of dawn. Then Bill is on the job, selling his goods until it gets dark. He works hard. But whether he'll open so early tomorrow morning, I just don't know. The barricade may keep most of his customers away. Sloth paid for that barrel fair and square, so it belongs to him. He should collect it before it disappears.
Are we not going to take it to him? We take everything else. We take and carry literally everything else. So, like, why wouldn't we take it to him? That makes no sense.
Hello, Sloth.
Ah, Wilbur. Greetings.
Part 1 of our barrel collecting work.
Bill delivered the barrel without paying tax on it.
And that's supposed to cause him problems?
Mr. Shieldhand is arresting him right now. Or talking to him. Or something.
Those two don't particularly like each other, but they are dependent on the same people. They wouldn't, blout.
Bash each other?
No.
Bite the hand that feeds.
Right.
Ah, if only I was there. Then I could make sure they played by the rules.
This song scared me for a second there. Do you know anything about constructing golems?
If you're a mage, Sloth, do you know how to build golems?
I've never tried.
You have. Tried long time to build golem. Just too stupid.
That's completely untrue. That was just playing around.
So, I want to build a golem and I know the right incantation. Can you help me build one?
No. I don't want anything to do with it.
Psst. Really, Burr?
Yes?
What are you whispering about? I don't like whispering behind my back.
Sloth always eavesdrop.
Technically, it's in front of you, not behind your back. But you know, we try.
Do you and Blout keep many secrets from each other?
Not particularly. I just don't like it when Blout fiddles about behind my back. It usually ends in catastrophe.
Maybe you're too hard on him.
He was going to juggle with kitchen knives this afternoon. I noticed just in time.
Would have worked.
No, it wouldn't. And they are my fingers too.
Sloth tell Blout off. Sloth always annoyed.
Communal
With
fingers.
good reason. The pub, all this work, and on top of all that, I have to play babysitter. I lost track of time with all that ranting, and now I've missed the bakery. All your fault, Blout.
Communal fingers. Communal fingers.
The bakery up by the guardhouse? I go there myself. Which bakery do you usually go to? I like the one up by the guardhouse myself.
Oh, they have those wonderful chocolates. I treat myself to one or two every night.
You see, Sloth got fat.
First of all, that's not true. And secondly, it's Flab born of frustration because I have to put up with you.
See you, Sloth.
So long.
Can we talk to this guy anymore? I think we read all the rules, so.
There are a whole bunch of articles here. The paper is covered in writing so small and closely packed that it's difficult enough to decipher the text sober. Article 9, paragraph 1. Dwarven ale may only be served in specially
we heard
secure
this.
underground Luckily, they don't know.
We've heard that before.
He's unfair to me and pretends he isn't. I'm only going to talk to him if I have to.
Fair. It is fair. That's the jacket of our friend who's locked up. Oh, glass.
Remy left his class. There's a mark. It says 2CL beside it. For most people, that's just a little sip. But for a rat, that's a fair amount of booze, I guess.
I like how they made centiliters like a forgotten measurement. No, I don't think anyone uses centiliters. We just use milliliters and liters. Like centiliters just didn't work for some reason. The only place that I've ever seen centiliters written on is a bottle of Volvic mineral water. Don't know we know how to measure 2 centiliters. We have to get to the upper town.
And now Shieldhand's busy negotiating his bribe with Bill, and I'm stuck down here. If only there was some way to pay them back.
It's saving, that sounds ominous. Feels ominous to me.
And now if
Oh, toolbox.
A wooden box full of old tools. Some sort of metal clamps, a hammer, some wire. Probably Bill uses the stuff to maintain his stand.
Steal it. Steal it, steal it, steal
I'll
it.
take the hammer.
Oh. Steal it, steal it.
It's just over a year ago when I stood in front of this gate for the first time. Mr. Shieldham wouldn't let me into the upper town to see the Archmage. I had to earn the right to an audience first by becoming a mage. I've never understood this strange separation between the upper and the lower town. The upper town is like a town within the town, with its own walls and private gate. And people from the lower town work up there, but at night they return to the lower town because they can't afford the upper town rents. My 1 apple a day wouldn't get me far up there either. Luckily, I can live in the school for free.
I guess it's a gated community. Insert laugh track and applause. My brain is getting too tired to make jokes properly, so I'm sorry. Can we use the hammer on anything? Break the glass, break our own toes, hammer the barrel, break this. I guess not. Maybe we have to move further over. Nope. To this way.
This is one of the entrances to the underground world of the rats. Rats represent one of the town's largest population groups. But many don't think of them as real people and they don't have many rights. Remy and the Archmage have been trying to change that for a long time, but some think that the rats entered the town illegally and consider them vermin.
How dare they? The people, not the rats. The sentient rats, they're not just your casual plague bringing rat. And like Remy is cool. I can't remember what it goes. Stand for rat rights in this VTube world. You know, if a sentient pie can have rights, then so can a sentient rat. I mean, I'm not even a person, I'm an object.
Fire is warm and bright, a welcome respite on a cold night.
But what do we do with it? Do we use a hammer on it? Hammer the fire. Get the hammer wet. I don't know. We talk to these people again.
Yes?
Give me clay.
I need clay to mould something. There's lots of it just outside the town. Could you please let me through?
Aye. That would really suit you, wouldn't it?
Yes.
But we're not going to let you through.
Could you maybe pass me a lump of clay through the barricade then?
What do we get in return?
Are you doing deals with the enemy?
We don't make deals with dirty capitalists.
That's more like it.
I mean, that's pretty far. Maybe we use the clay to help you.
I want to use it to support your cause.
How's that?
Waterproof the barricade. I don't want a sculpture. Just fear and terror with clay. I mean, some of the things that I've made with clay are so ugly that they would cause fear and terror. But let's strengthen the barricade for the protest.
If you give me just a few handfuls of clay, I could really improve the barricade.
Really?
Sure. I can smear the clay between the boards from here and the sunlight would bake it hard as rock.
I think that sounds pretty good.
The barricade is stable enough already. The spirit of friendship built it, and the chains of suppression are holding it together.
But there are holes everywhere here, which need to be sealed. Magic could seep through the little gaps, or gas, or something like that.
Perhaps you're right. But I still don't trust you.
Have to be going.
May the protest never end.
But what if someone farts right next to it and it's so bad that it knocks you out? What if that happens? Never thought about that. Oh, it's Fox is the reporter from the
That's the reporter who let the council leader dictate tomorrow's news to him. If I've ever seen a frustrated man, Fox, then it's him.
Man Fox coming to a cinema near you. Speaking of foxes, the museum that we went to also had like a weird diorama of oops, I didn't mean to press that. I didn't see it anyway because my eyes were closed. The museum we were at had a weird diorama of taxidermied foxes. That's what I was going to say. So now I feel even worse talking to this guy because I just think of that.
Excuse me?
Oh, weather vane, right?
You know me?
The leader of the council asked me to have a snoop around in your past. Find some dirty laundry.
Oh no, my pants.
Nothing.
My major's cape is still brand new. I got it when I became a professor. Do you like it?
Very fetching.
Joke's on you.
Why
I
are
don't
you
have laundry.
disturbing my quiet drink.
I have a couple of questions.
A couple?
Joke's on you. I don't have clothes. I saw you with the leader of the council up on the lottery barrel. You're the editor of the Seastone Lookout, right, mister? I've got to go.
You're the editor of the Seastone Lookout, right, Mr.
Fox. Archibald Fox.
Archie.
Your name is really Fox.
You got a problem with that?
Well, isn't that a little unimaginative? You are a fox, and your name is Fox.
Oh, that's just how it is.
That's get confusing at family gatherings.
Oh dear. Everyone's a critic nowadays.
What are you writing about at the moment? Why do you always drink from the same glass? What are you writing about at the moment?
What are you writing at the moment?
An article for tomorrow's edition. Pet dragon attacks on the rise. Child mauled. How does that sound?
That's terrible. Is the child okay?
Ah, don't worry. The kid is as made up as the problem with pet dragons.
But then why write about it?
Isn't it obvious? The Archmage simply doesn't do enough about the pet dragon problem.
But I thought that there wasn't one.
The leader of the council has now picked up the issue and has finally enacted a law strictly regulating the keeping of pet dragons. Everyone wins. My newspaper, because it reported on this urgent problem first. The leader of the council, because she acted quickly and decisively. And the citizens, because they don't have to worry about pet dragons anymore. Are you
clickbait and propaganda.
No?
You see, all thanks to Mrs. Van Buren.
Clickbait and propaganda. We love it when the news is in cahoots with the politicians. It's totally never happened before. I saw you with the leader of the council by the lottery. Why'd you always drink from the second? I forgot with this one.
I saw you up there at the lottery draw. Council leader Van Buren was there too.
Not one of my greatest moments. Letting a politician tell me what I should write about her.
So why do it then?
Money.
Can't drink integrity. Anyway, it's fantastic being able to influence so many people's opinions. What I write becomes a big issue of the day, you know?
It says news of the world vibes. You don't seem to be very happy though.
I get the feeling you're not very happy.
Really? Why shouldn't I be? I've always got enough liquor in my belly, and I've never earned as much gold as I have this past year. I spent it on women, alcohol, and fast horses. I just frittered the rest away. I simply must be happy.
Women, alcohol, and fast horses solve all of our mental health problems that we've repressed. Never used to cover up how we feel. Never highly problematic. Or sign of undealt with feelings at all. Never. I think I've got a story for you.
I think I have a story for you. A real story.
Yeah?
As we speak, the captain of the town guard and a notorious merchant are negotiating bribes. What do you say to that?
I'm shocked.
No, seriously. Bill smuggles alcohol into the lower town, bypassing customs. Mr. Shieldhand knows about it and wants a bribe.
Well, but let me explain.
Mr. Fox, you're a reporter. It's your duty to report on things like this. Do you know why you feel so lousy? Because you're a bloodhound. Fox. Because you're a blood fox. You don't want to just make up stories and have propaganda dictated to you. You want to investigate. You want to uncover. You want to expose.
Ah, all right then. Come and see how this old fox sorts things out.
Fabulous! There's just one problem. Those two are in the upper town and the gate is closed.
I'm a reporter. I can go anywhere.
The magic of reporting.
I may as well play tax.
I want my share. Nothing happens around here without my share.
Do you think that was just
Good evening, gentlemen.
a book that we just saw?
What's that
about
I
Adrian?
hear? Exorbitant prices being charged for alcohol, and this alcohol is being smuggled past customs into the lower town?
I was just in the process of clearing up the affair.
What do you want, Fox? Push off. We've got business to do.
Business.
That's why I'm here. I want to show my young friend over there how business is done in this town.
Exactly. That's why we have laws, you know.
Right. Well, according to the law, Bill would have to forego lots of money, Shieldhand would be out of a job, and the little influence he has, and I would be worried about the alcohol supply chain.
So what do you propose instead?
I get my alcohol at the normal price from now on. No more daylight robbery for the old fox. Bill, you continue using your crane, saving you on customs. Our competent Captain Shieldhand here is then entitled to part of the savings. I save gold, you continue to earn more than you're entitled to, and Shieldhand makes a bit on the side. We all win. How does that sound?
But...
Sounds fair to me.
Oh, all right then.
Then we've got a deal. Come on, Shield Hand. This is cause for celebration. You see, little Wilbur here could clearly see that the situation was unsustainable. An arrangement which made you money suddenly leaving you empty-handed? Can't have that.
Thank you, Weathervane. Perhaps I was wrong about you. Here, with this you can get from the lower town to the upper town any time. You've earned it.
Yay!
This is the world I helped build. Rather than toppling it, I've become one of its pillars. That's the reason I'm not happy.
At least you know, I mean, at least you're self-aware about that. A lot of people never become self-aware that they're part of the problem. But I guess being aware and still doing it, also an issue.
Staple foods and the like are grown in the villages around the town. The farmers bring them to the market daily. But they can hardly produce enough. Many fields are overgrown, and there's a lack of experienced farmers, good seed, and animals. The goods landing here come from farther away, things that can't be produced locally. Hello, Bill.
Wilbur.
Wow. That's a lot. So you'll continue to avoid
So now you
pain
can just
duty.
keep on smuggling your alcohol without worry.
Thanks to you. It was a mistake depriving Shield Hand of his cut. One hand washes the other, and in the end, everyone's got more gold in their pockets. The system works.
What do you think of the
What do you
lottery?
think of the lottery?
Clever, ain't it?
What do you mean?
Well, you've got to give the rabble the feeling they could make it too, right?
Make what?
Becoming one of us. As long as everyone down there thinks their current situation is only a temporary condition on the way to fame and fortune, they leave us in peace.
But some actually do make it.
Yes, exactly. That's the spirit. Anyone can make it if they just try hard enough. Meh.
That's a statement that, like, I hate. Because not everyone starts in the same position. And it's usually people who, like, either, like, miraculously did work hard enough to get there, or people who didn't work hard to get there, let's say it. And like they don't understand that like not everyone starts at 0. Some people start at like minus 100, and some people start at 100.
I hear Mr. Shieldhand caught wind of your smuggling.
Someone must have given him a tip. He's not exactly the sharpest tool in the box.
He isn't. Can you tell me how much
You're
12
pretty good at
teen
numbers
is?
and measurements.
I'd say.
Can you tell me how much 12-teen is?
12-teen is a forgotten number, between 12 and 13. In the past, people counted more precisely, so there were a few extra numbers. Thor and 12-teen, for example.
But I have to add exactly 12-teen drops of dragon sweat to a potion.
Oh, exactly 12-teen. Well, that's something else completely. That's what mages always write if they don't really know themselves exactly how much of something they need. They don't want to admit it, and it sounds cleverer if they say exactly 12-teen rather than it doesn't really matter. But you should know that as a mage.
Now I do.
Totally know that. Do you have crocodile tears?
Do you sell crocodile tears?
Can order them. Be here in 3 days.
Ah, that's too late.
Oh, the fine sir wants free overnight delivery, does he?
I mean, who doesn't? But, you know. Do you happen to have Do you happen to have sell? Do you happen to sell? Do you happen to sell dragon sweat?
Do you sell dragon sweat?
Dragon sweat? That's very expensive.
I was afraid of that, but I need it badly.
I mean expensive like, I'll give you half of my kingdom and my prettiest daughter. Even you can't afford that.
Too bad.
Oh, that's that one, that's that one. You seem to be all too trusting.
Why are you telling me all this stuff? Bit about the customs, Mr. Shieldhand, the council leader.
You're one of us. You live in the upper town. You're a professor at the magic school. Hey, tell me, you must have really bled the Archmage on that one, right? I mean, as the only available qualified mage. You probably get your weight in gold every month as compensation.
Well,
Nah.
I get an apple, and I don't really like to talk about it much.
I understand. In the end, the others want their piece of the cake too.
Right, we can go. We can stop talking to Bill
I have
now.
to be going, Bill. See you next time.
See ya.
See you. Do we have to walk along? Let's see, is there anything else we can interact with? And it goes back down. We didn't look at the weather vane last
A
time.
weathercock like that tells the weather with amazing accuracy. When it spins quickly, we have stormy winds coming in from different directions. When it casts a shadow, the sun is shining. When it's wet, it's raining. Or it just has. When it's all white and doesn't rotate, well, it's frozen. Like now. How can a simple piece of metal know all that? Dew, that's clever.
It reminds me, there's a I think it's in Wales. There's a weather forecasting rock, and it's like, is the rock wet? Is the rock wet? Yes. Then it's raining. Is the rock dry? Yes. Then it's not raining. Is the rock cold? Yes. Then it's cold. Is the rock hot? Then it's hot. Is it blowing around? Then it's windy. Has it got snow on it? Then it's snowing. Such a high level piece of equipment. We looked at the Mage Tower before. We looked at the Skull Tower. I think we go back in.
The troll just downed tools and called it a day. I should bring that up at the next staff meeting.
I mean, did you pay him overtime? We don't need to go to the library. I think we go back in here. Because there was a potions kit or something. Oh, Alchemy Corner. I feel like...
If I have to mix some magic ink, this is certainly the best place to do it.
I feel like there's some stuff here already.
Crocodile tears. Unfortunately, all of the liquid is evaporated. All that remains is a white powder, like salt. All that's left of the crocodile tears is a bit of salt. The recipe calls for a 2 cl of crocodile tears. That means it has to be a liquid.
I think I know how to do that. Anything else here that we can use? We don't need to leave yet.
A scale for weighing ingredients. This could be useful. Counterweight. 3 sea stone small ounces. Ah, excellent. I can mix the ink in this pot.
I think that's it for now. And then we leave. And I don't think we can do anything else in here. Maybe. Look. I think this might just be dialogue we've
I'm
already
not
heard
sure who
before.
that is, or what. Maybe it was a pupil who asked their teacher too many difficult questions, imprisoned there as a warning to others. Probably very effective, but not exactly motivating.
That was something they used to do in the Victorian times. Like, they will not tell someone died, but they would, like, have the naughty child, like, in a cage above the rest of the class. Which is a step above being put in a corner.
As soon as I have time, I might see if some of these books actually belong in the library. Then again, I'd say they're more likely notes from former teachers and learning materials. And what's this? Oh, a class photograph. For a while, photography was very fashionable. A sorcerer unveiled these little devices which could take detailed pictures of the real world. However, it turned out that small demons inside the cameras were responsible for painting the pictures. They stole a piece of soul from those photographed. Photography quickly went out of fashion.
In the Terry Pratchett world, they have cameras, and it's they make the pictures are made by little demons that like paint them.
I've got a class tomorrow morning. I should prepare for it. Blocky has forbidden me from using magic in class, but how can I inspire my students without magic?
I don't know.
I never thought that magic could be so complicated. For me, it was always quite natural. The first time I took my wand in my hand, I felt it. The magic surrounded me and pulsed through me. Everything added up. I don't know if I'll ever understand all of that. I never studied it. For me, magic was just there.
Just naturally talented and gifted. Oh, I think this is where we get the dust.
Should be easy to find enough soot for the ink here.
Soot.
Yep, lots of soot. Now I just have to figure out the right amount.
Right, we have soot. I know what we need to do to measure that. We have this. I think we get water. Maybe. See the lock.
Remy hinted that I should have a look around in there. Something about the headmaster isn't quite right, that's for sure. The door's bound to be locked. Wonder if I can crack it. The door handles look like stupid ears. That was either a coincidence or a silly designer.
Oi, I heard that.
You can talk.
Talking door handle.
And who are you calling stupid?
Why does everything in this world have to be able to speak?
You can hear and speak.
Certainly.
Why? I mean, why must everything be alive?
How could I hear the access code if I didn't have any ears? And how could I tell you the code is wrong if I didn't have a mouth?
You have a point.
I mean, if you don't have electricity or computing, anthropomorphic doorknob, best choice.
I teach at this school and I'd like to get into the staff room.
What is the code?
I'm starting to get the feeling that someone's deliberately put in obstacles in my way.
It's called life.
No, I mean that quite literally, it's like there's someone out there, somewhere, who has nothing better to do than think up one problem after another for me to solve. There's no other explanation. I have to go. I have something to do down in the town.
I don't care. I'm just a door.
It looks like Bill's delivery's finally arrived. I wonder if this box is supposed to move. I've heard of trunks with hundreds of legs, but this looks like a normal packing crate.
The luggage from Terry Pratchett with its hundreds of legs, and its sentience, and its eating of people.
Oi, what are you doing?
This crate is moving.
That's all right. That's... Stop him! Stop! Stay put! Outrageous! Just you wait. You're gonna have to wait a hell of a long time for your gold.
What was that? Absolute bonkers.
I think that might have been a magical bedpan. Which
Hello, Bill.
is worrying.
Wilbur.
That thing running about over there, what is it?
A darn scam, that's what it is. They won't get a penny out of me, sending me such a wild thing.
Yes, but what exactly is it?
A piss pot! Sounded like a good idea. We equip piss pots with legs. You don't do the walking when it's time to empty your bladder. But why the devil give a pot legs that means he scurries about like a boar on fire?
I have to be going, Bill. See you next time.
See ya.
We're not going to ask too many questions about that. I feel like the answers will be unsatisfactory.
Hello? X?
What do you want?
The arm is scaring me.
Sloth, the inn's landlord, said you were arrested because you didn't want to let Mr. Shieldhound search you.
And why should I? I haven't done anything wrong. He knew I was one of the protesters. He just wanted an excuse to lock me up.
Well then, I have to be going.
Take care of yourself, brother.
I feel like we have to get some sort of information from him. But we're not going to get that for a bit.
There are the chocolate Sloth was talking about in the shop window. 2 sea stone small ounces of indulgence per chocolate, with and without alcohol. I wonder if Sloth would help me with a golem if I got him some chocolates.
Gotta get the man some chocolate.
The lookout is reporting unfairly, and someone has glued these fabrications about the Archmage to the wall. No wonder his lead in the polls is disappearing.
Glad you looked at them last time. I think we just go down. Oh, I know.
How exactly is the key to the town supposed to help me? I don't see a keyhole. Cool.
That was interesting. I think we hammer the knight.
Without a chisel or something like that, I'll never get the arms off cleanly. I don't want to destroy them.
I wanted to hammer the... Let's go down again. I had a brainwave moment, but it wasn't needed. This is water in there. Can we put?
Filled to the 2 CL mark exactly.
There we go. Timmy.
Hi, Timmy. What are you doing here?
I want to know what's going on. All the rats have orders from my uncle except for me. I want to help too.
I understand that you want to help, and have a real soft spot for little heroes. But you're not the strongest, and your health isn't best.
The Archmage staying in power is much more important for the small and the weak than anyone else. We would be the first to suffer under the council leader if she won.
You could be right there.
You'd definitely be
a
right.
golem, and I have to get into the staff room somehow.
I could find a way into the staff room. There are lots of secret tunnels and passages under the town. One of them is sure to lead there.
Tell me about the tunnels.
Tell me about the tunnels that run under the town.
Some of the tunnels are old sewage pipes, but there are also lots of caves and old vaults down there. There are even some holes and crevices that rats don't dare crawl in. Some say there's a dark force.
Yeah.
That sounds ominous.
I've never seen anything myself, but I'm more worried about the zombies. They're spreading.
Zombies in Seastone sewers?
Yes, there are. But Uncle Remy says sooner or later an apprentice hero will go down into the sewage system and take on the zombies.
Zombies.
When I first heard of you, they said you were very sick.
I was often ill during the war, and hungry. We never had enough to eat until you came and helped us.
Of course. Seemed like the thing to do.
Not for everyone. Some people treat us like vermin. Some people don't like it that Uncle Remy works for the Archmage and gets paid for it. But he doesn't even keep the gold for himself. He shares it between the whole family. And it's a big family.
I imagine so.
About the staff room?
Yes?
I need to get in there.
But
I need your help. Could you look through the notes on the headmaster's desk? He's a stickler for order, and I'm sure he'll have the door code written down somewhere.
Why do you need to get into the staff room?
The headmaster was acting strange and was hiding something in a drawer. I want to know what he's up to.
He was
Perhaps it's a bomb.
suspicious.
Maybe. We need to find out what exactly. But you're too small to open the drawer. That's why I need the code.
Got it.
Remy
I
looks
spoke to
tired.
your uncle today. He looks tired.
He works too much. Ethel says that too. He doesn't eat enough and hardly sleeps anymore. He says, I can sleep when we've rebuilt the country.
He shouldn't overdo it. He'll be no help if he collapses.
True.
That's why we have to help him. He wouldn't have to do everything on his own if you and me pitched in.
Okay, you try and get into the staff room, then we'll meet back here, okay? Be careful.
I always am.
Oh,
Hopefully that all goes well. Remy would never forgive me if something happened to Timmy, and I'd never, ever forgive myself.
let's go put this water in the crocodile tears. Because I'm pretty sure that's what we have to do. And then... oh, there's the pot. And then I'll probably call it there for today. Oh, because I'm so tired. I'm going to go back in here. And then we go in here. And then we go here. Open this. We pour the liquid in
All right,
there.
now 2 cl of water to the salt, and I have the right amount of crocodile tears. The concentration may be wrong, but I've never heard of that playing a role in alchemy. It's the amount that counts, the amount's the thing.
Every chemist in the world screams.
2 cl of crocodile tears. Looks good. Crocodile tears are already in the pot. All that's missing are the soot and dragon sweat, and those are likely to be the most difficult to get. The counterweight weighs 3 sea stone small ounces, but I have to weigh out exactly 1 sea stone small ounce of soot.
That's a puzzle that's too big for my brain right now. Let's check what else do we need.
What can I do for you?
Show me the list.
Dragon sweat. Sea stone ounce of salt. We've got the salt. We need to find something else. And we need dragon sweat, which we can do next time.